Hello and welcome back to Saving Scunthorpe, and today we have a huge FA Cup tie. Just before I start speaking about our FA Cup tie, I do want to say if you are enjoying the content on the channel, please do leave a like down below, comment a prediction for this game once I tell you what it is, subscribe if you're enjoying everything that I'm putting out, and also I've started a new series on Total Extreme Wrestling. It's essentially Wrestling Manager, so I'll leave a link up in one of these corners if that sounds like something you're interested in. If it is, please do go and check it out. I'm not going to run through all of our results since you were last with us, because that was way back when we beat Leyton Orient, and look at the amount of games we played. I'm not going through all of it. What I will do is give you some updates on important stuff. So EFL Trophy, we qualified from our group with 2 wins and a loss. In the final game, we beat Liverpool under 21s. That sent us through to the second round, where we beat League One opposition in Blackpool 1-0. Then in the third round, we played Carlisle, who we beat 2-0, which means we are now in the quarter-final playing Rotherham, also from League One. They're 15th, whereas I think Blackpool were about 18th, so pretty similar level to what we played in the last round. In the league, we are currently sat second place. We are 7 points behind Wimbledon with a game in hand, so that's potentially 4 points if we can win that. We are absolutely flying. I've got no idea where it's come from. I mean, you've seen the results screen. Look at all that green. It's been phenomenal. If we're going to have a look at the stats, we are the team that scored the most goals. However, we're quite high for goals conceded, which means in total, we are actually the highest team for goal difference, which is fantastic. And we've seemed to have lowered this habit of drawing so many games like we had in the National League. And we're on track potentially for 2 promotions in a row. Meanwhile, in the FA Cup, first round, we beat Newport County 2-1. They were from the National League, so somewhat to be expected. In the second round, we beat Bradford in a replay. We drew 1-1 in the first game. We were very close to winning that. And then in the replay, managed to pick up the win. And they were League One opposition, so fantastic result there. Then the third round, I was meant to come back for this, and accidentally started the game without even thinking. We ended up against Preston in the Championship, and we beat them 1-0. Absolutely stunning. And now, what we're back for is the FA Cup 4th round, our furthest ever run in the FA Cup in this series so far, and we're going to be playing Chelsea. So a huge team for us to play, but they are coming to us at Glanford Park, so let's go and see if we can pick up a shock win. Our lineup for today, we've got G-Cock in goal, a back four of Ramsey, Hannah, Sraha and Macmillan. We have Lang and Cole as our holding midfielders, with Brown and Asgard on the wings. Vigar and Evans up front. Evans has really come into his own this season. 18 goals from playing up front, and then 16 from Vigar, 11 from Asgard, 7 from Brown. You can see a lot of our players are scoring a lot of goals. Jarvis has got 9, largely coming up, well, I say largely coming off the bench. 19 starts, 12 off the bench, but Evans and Vigar well and truly nailing down those starting positions. Free kick for Chelsea from range, and G-Cock tips it over the bar. I'll be completely honest, I wouldn't be opposed to us getting a draw in this game and having to go to Stamford Bridge, mainly because the money that we get from having to go to there would be absolutely fantastic for us. We do have another corner to face here, which is going to be sent in by Mudrick, so they're going pretty hard in this game. G-Cock comes out and claims the ball, though. Another free kick on the edge of the box for Candy has stood over it for Chelsea and goes for goal, hits the bar. Evans can't clear it away. Colwell knocks it in, and Chelsea lead 1-0. Throwing for Chelsea on the left-hand side. Colwell is going to throw it to Mudrick. He turns, gets into the box, gets a shot off, it's blocked, and Lang heads it back to Colwell. It's going to come back out as Chukwu hits the bar. Macmillan clears it away. Asgard nods it on, and unfortunately the highlight ends just as Evans was getting the ball. However, we are straight back into another highlight as Mudrick has won a free kick down in this corner to the far post. G-Cock knocks it away. That's so unlucky. Again, we managed to make the save, but it's as it bounces around in the box, it falls straight to them, and Cassidy this time makes it 2-0. Colwell throws the ball to Mudrick, and then back to Mudrick. Inside to the box, Angelo makes it 3-0. We're starting to come undone. And at half-time, it is unfortunately 3-0 to Chelsea. and we are out of the FA Cup realistically. Mudryk with a corner kick for Chelsea, and he sends it towards the far post. It's headed away, but Vikandi brings it down. Back to Mudryk, and he hits the post. Very nearly another goal from us actually defending okay and it falling straight to them. However, with the game basically over, we're going to make a couple of changes. Porter's going to come on for Evans. He can be a poacher. O'Reilly coming on for Straha. Lang has picked up a little bit of a knock, so we'll bring Morehouse and Ianton on for the holding midfielders. And Jones can come on for Brown. We're largely just looking at players who we need to rest. Smith were throwing for Chelsea right down in their corner. However, gets it out quite well. And Washington inside to Ugo Chukwu. Ball forward. Ramsey manages to make the block. Finds Asgard. Goes down the left-hand side. Can he put it back across the box? Pulls it back to Morehouse on the edge, who gets back into the box. Hits the bar. We nearly have a goal. And then Hannah pushes Washington over. Another late highlight here as O'Reilly nods it down to Morehouse. Are we going to get ourselves a consolation goal and give the fans something to cheer? Macmillan towards Vigar, who brings it down brilliantly. Needs to get it back into the box. Jones sends it wide of the post. And we don't manage to get a consolation goal, unfortunately. A 3-0 loss to Chelsea. However, hopefully that should still do us good for fans in attendance. Let's have a quick look. Can we see it on here? 9,000 fans were in attendance, which I believe is the highest we've ever had in this series, other than when we've been to Wembley. So not a bad thing for us to have, and it was a big ask for us to even get a draw against Chelsea. I'm not overly bothered. Let's go and concentrate on the league. And before we go and focus on the league, we've actually got our EFL Trophy quarter-final against Rotherham, and we've made a couple of changes to the team. The back five remains the same. We've brought McGee in as a holding midfielder alongside Cole. Jones and Alioski are starting on the wings, and the rest of the team remains unchanged. Ramsey with a throw-in on the right-hand side as he gets it to Vigar, and then back to McGee, and Hannah collects it at the back. McGee sends it out to Straha towards the left-hand side. Macmillan going to try and take it with him, but gets taken off him by Harrison, but Straha collects it again, finds Alioski, and then he's going to bring it backwards, nearly giving it away, but we hold on to it. McGee gets it off Hannah. Ball out to Ramsey on the right-hand side. He tries to go past his man. Stevenson manages to take it off him. And Vigar is being given the ball. Evans to Vigar, who hits the post. A fantastic chance for us to go 1-0 up. Macmillan with a throw-in now. Gets it to Cole and gets it back. Alioski to McGee on the edge. Back to Cole. And then back to McGee, who turns and shoots and hits the bar. Vigar can't win the header. McGee is actually making his debut for us in this game, I believe. And Hannah has gone and made a solid tackle as Rotherham tried to break away. Half-time 0-0, but we are largely controlling the game against a team from the league above us. So hopefully that's a good sign. We are going to bring Jones off for Brown. He's picked up a bit of a knock. It does say it's expected to be a bruised ankle, so it must be quite bruised for him to need to come off, but we're going to make the change anyway. Powell with a throw-in for Rotherham. It goes back to Blackett and then back to Johansson. Parker now receives it from the goalkeeper, and Blackett receives it again. Rotherham being very patient at the back here. Can we get in and nick a chance? It's out to Parker again now, and then forward to Kioso. And they've got round Evans quite well there. Rathbone now has it in midfield. He's driving through our midfield into our defence. Oh my goodness, what a goal. Can't really say much about that other than what a goal. Fair play. Johansson with a free kick from the back for Rotherham. Cole wins the header and nods it down to Vigar, who takes it towards the left-hand side, but then plays it back to Straha at the back. Finds Cole. Macmillan to Evans. Tries to find Vigar, but it was straight at the defender, but he's given it to Vigar, and we are back on level terms. We are handed it on a plate. Vigar makes no mistakes. We're going to bring Law on for Alioski on the left-hand side, and we'll also bring Gibbons on for Ramsey at the back. And we have actually gone all the way to penalties, which we've done quite a bit of in this series. I'm not a big fan of it, I'll be honest. Swift is going to step up first, with Rotherham taking the first penalty. And it is saved by G-Cock. Fantastic start. And then Brown is going to be our first penalty taker. Obviously came off the bench at half-time in this game. Steps up and hits it straight at the keeper. Herstich next for Rotherham. Can we have a third save in this penalty shootout? Not quite. Evans is up next. And he's had a big part to play in this season and continues that by scoring his penalty. Tyler Blackett next for Rotherham. And he finds that same corner. It seems going into the bottom right of the goal is the place to go in this penalty shootout. Cole is up next. And he goes a little bit higher up, but it's the same side. Apparently you can only score penalties if you put them on the keeper's left. Moffa is up next. And he goes left and proves what I've just said wrong with a fantastic penalty that G-Cock nearly got to, but not quite. Vigar stepping up. He puts it in the top right corner and keeps us in it. Parker is next, and if G-Cock saves this, we are essentially in sudden death now. If G-Cock saves this, we have a chance to win it, and he doesn't. Macmillan has to score to keep us in the penalty shootout, and we go out. So we go out on penalties. We are out of both cups in one go. However, that does mean we've only got the league to think about now. And as you can see, it's going to be a very tense ending to the league season. We are now 10 points behind Wimbledon, however, 2 games in hand. And we are going to be kicking that off with Tranmere in the next game. Depending on how the season's going, we may come back for a little episode in the middle. Or, as I said initially, we may just fly through to the end of the season and see what's happening, because I want to catch up with this series. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment, are you happy for me to go through to the end of the season? Or would you rather me do a little bit more frequent? Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Check out that TW save if you haven't already. And thank you very much for watching.